Whoops! Oh no! It appears I have dropped my top 10 favorite albums of all time, thankfully on this protective bed covering. Oh well, I guess now I have to show you what they are. What is crack-a-lackin', guys? It's Clarity from Jewel Case here, and yes, today I'm going to be showing you my favorite top 10 albums of all time. Since this is a brand new channel and you guys don't really know my taste yet, I thought I'd make a video that shows you the kind of music that makes me, me. But first, a couple disclaimers. One, this list is subject to change over time because obviously whose tastes don't change over time. And two, this is not a rank list, so the last album is not necessarily better than the first one. It's more or less just a compilation of what I think my favorite albums are personally. So with that out of the way, let's bring out the list! Weezer! First off is his debut album Radio by none other than Mr. Travis Joseph Scott. That's Joseph's not his middle name. That's not even his real name. I don't know what's going on. Now Travis was already experimenting with moody and trippy instrumentals and very auto-tune heavy vocals on his previous mixtapes, but this album is where he truly found his sound. By enlisting some of the best hip-hop producers in the game, like Metro Boomin, DJ Dahi, even himself, he basically created a pretty solid album from start to finish. Some of my favorite tracks on this thing are Oh My This Side, Maria I'm Drunk, and 90210 for its pristine vocal feature from Casey Hill and that iconic beat switch in the second half. Courtney Barnett's debut album,
Sometimes I sit and think, and sometimes I just sit,
provides some of the most unique and witty lyrics I have ever heard, paired with pretty unforgettable alternative rock sounds. I think I remember first seeing her on Jimmy Fallon or something like that, and then later discovering her very diverse musical talent shortly thereafter. And especially with all the highlights this album provides, I definitely think she's one of Australia's best and brightest at the moment. My three favorite tracks in this thing have got to be Illustration of Loneliness, Sleepiness in New York, Kim's Caravan, and Small Poppies for its impressive guitar soloing and build-up over a whole 7 minutes. Rate Your Music or Pitchfork will definitely tell you that this is one of the best albums of all time. I definitely think it's Radiohead's best project, being the forefront of their use of experimentation and concept. In this case, regarding the potential of technology. Robots! Aside from the song Creep, this album is definitely what Radiohead is known for, and I think listening to it is unquestionably Radiohead. My favorite tracks, I think, are Paranoid Android, of course, Exit Music for a Film, and The Tourist for its feel-striking chorus and eerie guitars as the closer track. Metallica is undoubtedly the face of thrash metal and arguably of heavy metal itself. On their second album, Ride the Lightning here, I fell in love with their blend of acoustic melodies mixed with the thrashing of bass and drum. And as young as these guys were when this album was made, I think it's safe to say they definitely knew how to create harmony out of distortion. My favorite tracks on this thing have got to be Fade to Black, For Fire with Fire, and For Whom the Bell Tolls for its memorable acoustic intro and great headbang ability. Weezer! Next is Lush, which is Snail Mail's first project, and boy does this girl know how to put emotion into a song. I think her vocal ability, paired with the clean, guitar-driven harmonics, make this one of the moodiest albums I've ever heard. I definitely listen to this album a lot when I'm feeling sad, and I can't wait for Lindsey Jordan's next project because I think it's going to be great. My favorite tracks on this album are Pristine, Speaking Terms, and Heat Wave for its iconic guitar riff and hockey-filled music video. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the phone! That's right, it's me from the future. Bet you didn't see that coming. I just wanted to make an additional disclaimer that this next album is a Kanye album. There's been a lot of negative things about Kanye's character that have come out more recently, and I just wanted to make it clear that I only appreciate Kanye from a musical standpoint. With that said, please don't support Kanye as a person because he sucks. Thank you. My favorite hip-hop album definitely has to be Kanye West's first album, The College Dropout. It's both witty and insightful at the same time, and skyrocketed Kanye's career with some of his best production and lyrics to this day. It also gives us a glimpse of the more humble side of Kanye before, you know, everything. I think it's the rawest side of Kanye we'll ever see, and that's why it is yet to be beaten. My favorite tracks have got to be All Falls Down, Last Call, and Spaceship, because not many rap songs can boast a 6/8 time signature that still delivers
bars.
So I'm going to come right out and say it. I think all in all together, Muse is probably one of my favorite bands of all time. I think their ability to create unique harmonies through just 3 members of the band gives them such a unique sound that nobody else can really replicate. Origin of Symmetry in this case was their opportunity to show how a feeling could be portrayed in a song that really sits with you for a long time. And in my case, permanently. My favorite tracks on this thing have got to be Newborn, Plug-in Baby, and Citizen Erased for its ability to create distortion over a harmonious descending chord progression. Beach House has been another one of my favorite groups for a very long time, and I think Teen Dream here is one of their best projects. It really defined the dream pop sound they're known for in a lot of ways. Its simplistic instrumentation with just a guitar and a drum machine, for example, paired with its lo-fi production, make it something I can listen to probably over and over and over again. My favorite tracks in this thing have got to be Walk in the Park, 10 Mile Stereo, and Silver Soul, of course, for its iconic sound. You'll probably recognize it as being the sample of Kendrick Lamar's Money Trees, but in reverse. Again produced by DJ Dahi. Shout out to the legend. Weezer! Twin Fantasy is both car seat headrests and Reddit's magnum opus. Will Toledo's full emotions in his vocals over his life experiences created an hour-long soundscape masterpiece over both dreary and exciting instrumentals. And while I think its 2018 remake was slightly better as an album, it's the lo-fi quality of the original that made it as iconic as it is. And this was the album art that the internet will never ever forget. Favorite tracks are definitely Bodies, Cute Thing, and Beach Life and Death for being an epic story in of itself in 3 different parts over its 12-minute length. And finally, my last favorite album, Pure Comedy by Father John Misty. This album is indubitably a masterpiece from front to back. Its lyrics are, I think, the most realist portrayal of our current society within the eyes of some guy who's just trying to figure it all out, live his best life. I've listened to this album hundreds of times, and every time I listen to it, I always hear something new that adds to its musicality or its overall theme. And I think this album is truly, truly ahead of its time in many ways, still to this day, 2 years later. My favorite tracks in this album, and the track titles are so long, so give me a second. So I'm Growing Old on Magic Mountain, Total Entertainment Forever, and Things That Would Have Been Helpful to Know Before the Revolution, because of its accurate commentary on our minute attention spans and our desire to fit into every sect of society that exists. Weezer! And there you have it, a very somewhat philosophical list of my 10 favorite albums of all time. I hope you now have a better sense of what albums my musical taste is made out of here at the Jewel Case Show. If you'd like to share your own list or discuss mine, be sure to leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to reply to you. As well as like and subscribe. You know how the dice rolls by now. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Jewel Case. Top 10. Jewel Case. Jewel Case Top 10. Hey! Weezer!